Good question. So I originally started my YouTube channel in 2011, and I started it basically because I had a failed website. I built like a bunch of like basketball training videos, made a website, and then I realized that I didn't have a way to get people to come to it. And so I was like, I guess I'll just throw them on YouTube because I already had like 100 videos. So it was kind of an accident. I just had a bunch of extra videos and threw them on there.
Okay, so how did you get your ideas for your YouTube channel?
How did I get my ideas for my YouTube channel? That's a good question. So it kind of comes from a few different things. Number one, I'll brainstorm ideas. Number two, I'll try to look for like, comments or suggestions. So people in the comments will say, hey, you should do a LeBron James video or a Steph Curry video. So I'll do a lot of audience interaction on the comments and that sort of thing. And then other than that, I'll take suggestions from friends and family or, things that are relevant. So if there's, like a big, move that James Harden did in a game or something like that, then I might break it down the next day.
Okay. How long does it take to make this video?
So it kind of depends on the size and the length of the video, but most of the time it'll take about 2 hours. Once you get really, really good at it, it'll take me about an hour and a half. And that's not really including like the filming if I'm in a gym, but about an hour and a half.
What kind of equipment do you use to edit the videos?
Good question. So camera, I use what's called a DJI Osmo. So basically it's like the same camera that's on drones, that like fly around, but it's on like a stick that you hold on a handle, and then you use your phone as the monitor. So it's actually pretty cheap, but because it has the same camera that's on drones, it's stabilized. So when you're walking around, it won't see your footsteps or the camera doesn't shake, so it's really, really cool. So DJI Osmo is a good one.
Okay, and what do you use to edit the videos?
So I use a program called Final Cut Pro 10 to edit the videos. It's on Macintosh computers. You can use other things like Adobe Premiere or even like Windows Movie Maker if you're looking for something for free. But yeah, Final Cut Pro X is my weapon of choice.
So how did you get your channel out to the world?
How did I get my channel out to the world? So it started out where I just like put a bunch of videos on it, and then I just kind of consistently kept making them. And then as you grow, you learn kind of different tricks, like how to title videos, how to tag videos, where you can kind of like piggyback off of other people who are, making videos so your video gets next to them. So basically it's kind of just a combination of interesting content meets some of those strategies and tactics.
Okay, what made your YouTube channel so successful?
Honestly, if I had to point to one thing that made the channel successful, would probably be consistency, right? So when I really started to grow fast, it was because I was doing 4 videos a week, every single week. And so what I would do is that's a lot of video editing to do, but I would just keep pumping them out, because what I found was every time you put out a video, you get a bump in subscribers. So then you put out another video, you get another bump of subscribers. So what I tried to do was just get as many bumps as I could, and that consistency over time just grew. It's like if you're trying to climb a mountain, if you look at the whole mountain, it's like, man, that's a big mountain, I don't know if I can do it. But if you just take it one step at a time, sooner or later you're gonna get there.
Okay, what was your favorite part about making the videos?
My favorite part about making the videos? If I had to pick one, I would say my favorite part is just having my job be in the gym. Like, essentially my job is making videos and shooting basketball content and that sort of stuff. So really it's nice that I can come here to the gym and, that's essentially my job and my career. So that's the best part, that I don't have to go to a real job.
What was the hardest part?
The hardest part? I would say the hardest part, probably, making sure that you stick to the schedule. So like I talked about earlier, trying to stay consistent with your posting. That gets hard because life gets in the way. You have vacations, you have family stuff, you have, times when you get sick, you have times when your family gets sick, whatever it is. It's kind of hard to stick to your schedule sometimes, but if you can do it as best you can, you'll keep going.
Okay, what music contrast do you use between the speaker and the music?
Oh, that's like a legitimate video editing question. I like it. So it kind of depends. Most of the time with the talking, I'll keep it kind of just at the normal flat line. With the music, I'll duck it down to minus, it kind of depends on the song. Most of the time the music I will duck down to somewhere between minus 28 to minus 32 on the, I think decibels is what it's read out as. So you just duck it down a little bit. That way you can still hear the voice really nice and the music's not overpowering. That's a big mistake that a lot of people make, is their background music's super loud and it's really hard to understand what the person's saying.
How do you make good videos?
How do you make good videos? I think a good video starts with a good plan, right? A lot of people when they're making videos, they just kind of just do a willy-nilly and just kind of random off the cuff and they think okay, I'm gonna do this. every video I do, I write out like bullet points and I write down, not necessarily a script, but everything that I want to include in the video, so that when we go to film, it's almost like we have a very loose script of like, okay, I'm going to teach this drill, and I'm going to teach this drill, and I want to teach this drill, and I'll even label the talking points that I want to hit. That way I make sure that as I'm shooting, I get everything, and I don't get back to the editing and be like, oh man, I forgot that big point.
Yeah. Okay. What do you think makes your video so good?
What do I think makes my videos so good? Well, I mean, they could always be better, but I think one thing that makes my videos good for my audience is a lot of times it's, younger players and kids that are watching my videos. And so I try to keep them, concise, but also with deep teaching information, right? So one mistake that a lot of coaches make is they'll make their videos, but they won't actually teach anything. It'll just be them doing drills and it looks really cool. But at the end of the day, it's about like how you can help somebody else. So I think that's why my videos are more successful, is because each video is focused on how can I help somebody else get better.
What advice do you have for people who are starting out with a YouTube channel?
Good question. Okay, so advice, you mean like growth, like how to grow faster?
Yeah.
Okay, so I would say two things. Number one, consistency, like I talked about before. That's absolutely key. Like, your content will probably be bad to start out with. Mine was terrible. Like, I look at my old videos and I'm just like, that's like super cringy. So all you gotta do is just keep putting them out and they'll get better to begin with. Number two, try to do some collaborations. Find people who have a little bit bigger YouTube channel than you have, and then see if you can do some videos together, and then you guys can both post them, and then that way both audience get cross kind of contaminated. So that's one thing that I did to start out with, was I did some collaborations with people, so I got some of their audience, and that helped out a lot.
I need your audience.
You need my audience. You need his audience. We'll give a shout out. We'll do it.
Yeah.
What is that it?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, I'm Coach Colin Castadella with Shop Mechanics. This is my man Z. Go check his stuff out.
Yeah.